Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. Always appreciate you all watching and subscribing and hitting that like button. Means an awful lot to me. Been meaning to get this video up for a couple days now. Been having crazy weather around my area. We had super high winds and tornado warnings last few days. So I've been preoccupied and I haven't got a chance to make this. So the other day I went out on Cave Run. That's my home lake for those of you that don't know. And I actually got into my first muskie of the year. Super excited about it. Of course my camera had to be dead whenever I caught it. But thankfully my buddy was with me and I was able to get a good picture of it. I'll put that up here so y'all can see. Like I say, super excited. He wasn't huge. I'd say it was right at a keeper. I'd say it was about 36 inches or so. Nothing humongous, but pretty happy about it. Don't quote me on the measurement because I didn't have a measuring tape. I just made a rough estimate. But I wanted to talk to you all about how I caught it. See, I found in my personal experience, in the springtime, muskie don't necessarily want the humongous bait. At this time of year, I actually use a lot of bass tackle. I caught this one on a swim bait. It was the 5-inch Netbait BK swim bait. Here it is. As you can see, nothing huge, not something you'd really expect to be using when you hear about muskie fishing. But this time of year, when they're getting ready to go on the nest or just getting ready to come off the nest, they just want a quick little snack, I think. You can throw big baits at them all day, and for some reason they just don't necessarily have the vigor that they do once it gets a little warmer. So like I say, I throw a lot of bass baits. I'll show you the rod I used. Alright, this right here is just one of my bass rods. I like to use it for lighter baits when I'm muskie fishing. As you can see here, it's the Garcia Revo. It's the STX. Got a big nice power handle on here. Bought this from Rolly and Helen's Muskie Shop, the handle. I have this rigged up with 12-pound Seaguar fluorocarbon. I know a lot of you all are thinking that's extremely light for muskie fishing, but like I say, in the spring you need something lighter to throw these small baits. It's perfect for it. I use it quite a bit for bass fishing, but early spring muskie fishing I really enjoy. Plus it gives a pretty good fight too. But I'll go ahead and show you here. Oh yeah, before I forget, this the rod is it's a Berkley Lightning Rod. It's a medium heavy action here, 7 foot, 1-piece rod. It's a very nice rod. I can't complain, especially for the price. It's only around $40. I'd say 40 to 50 bucks for the rod. So very reasonable. Goodness. Excuse my coughing there. Had something stuck in my throat. Alright, I'd like to go ahead and show you. Of course, you all know, if you do any muskie fishing or have heard much about it, muskie very easily bite through light line. Many times if you're bass fishing and hook into one, they'll snap it right off on you. And I love to fish a Texas rig in the spring for muskie. So I'll go ahead and show you here what I actually do. I don't know if you can see it real well here, but I've got tieable wire. I take the tieable wire, tie my loop here at the end to tie on, and then I will slide on a sinker. This one is a 3/8 ounce. For that rod, I like to use a 3/8 or 1/2 ounce bullet weight. If you're going with a smaller rod or smaller line, you could step down a size or two. Dependingly, you want a good little bit of weight though, so you can cast it. And I actually have a 5/0 Gamakatsu extra wide gap hook here. I really like to use this when throwing for muskie. Generally, I prefer a heavy fluorocarbon leader, like a 100 or 130 pound test fluorocarbon leader when fishing for muskie. But if you're throwing light line like that, those fluorocarbon leaders run $9–10 a piece, and I don't like to throw them on light line because a lot of the places I fish have quite a few snags. And a man will rack up a small fortune in snags there you lose too many of them fluorocarbon leaders. Because you can purchase a whole spool, I think it's like 30 feet, like a 30-foot spool of the tieable wire here for around the price of one fluorocarbon leader. It does pretty good. I mean, it does have its downfalls. After a fish or two, it can get kinks in it and everything, but as cheap as it is, it's worth it. To me, that is. But yeah, I'll go ahead and show you here. As you can see, it's just like a normal Texas rig you would throw for bass fishing, except I've got it tied on the wire here. Alright, now, the way I was fishing this, I'll go ahead and show you here how I rigged it up. I'm sure if you fished a Texas rig before, you know what I'm doing. Just drop that in. One thing I like about these Netbait BK swim baits, as you can see, they're a hollow belly here, as you can see there, so it makes it very suitable for a Texas rig. The biggest thing you want to do when you're rigging this up is just make sure that the hook comes out centered on its back. That's the biggest thing, because if not, it won't really want to swim straight for you. Get it all set up. As you can see there, the hook just sets on top. I guess you call it exposed. You can stick the tip of the hook in if you've got extra snaggy cover there that you're fishing. I know in my area this time of year, on Cave Run that is, the muskie tend to want to go up into the creeks and stuff that meet the main lake, and they tend to hold around logs or stick-ups, like old trees that have been submerged. That's where I caught mine off of. But as you can see, super simple rig. It's affordable, catches fish, and I don't know about you all, but there's nothing like hooking into a muskie. Now, I bass fish most of the time, but if it swims, I enjoy to catch it. I always have. Been fishing since my Aunt Betty actually taught me when I was about 2 or 3 years old, and I've had the passion for it since then. Can't get enough of it. But, like I say, that's a simple rig here. Anybody could fix up and go throw for some muskie. Once again, I appreciate you all watching. As always, hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And you all have a good day.